All right, just wanted to take a second here to kind of show the main parts that I had replaced on the rebuild kit for the 2012 Harley-Davidson Super Low. When I'd broken it down, there was a lot of metal in the oil, and you could just feel a little bit of play in what was going on. And the play was basically coming from the bushings. And as you can see, these bushings are really worn out. This is supposed to be all bronze here, and it's worked its way down to the steel. Same thing with the inside of the second bushing. That's you can see a little bit of the bronze right there. This is all supposed to be a soft bronze, but the bearings themselves are steel. So once it wears through, you got steel rubbing up against aluminum, not good. And the reason this happened was because a lot of water had gotten itself into the forks. And this is pretty common with upright forks here in Arizona. The heat and the dry air gets to the seal. This is the oil seal right here. I don't know if it's coming through in the camera or not. You can see some really small cracks just on the finest edge of the seal. It's hard to come through, but it's amazing how little these need to dry out before they start leaking. So a little hard to see, but there's that. And then also part of the leak, because this was on the right side of the bike, it was leaking a little bit worse, is this mark right here. I don't know if that's an install issue or whatever, but I don't know if somebody used the wrong tool and installed these. I can't tell if these are original or not from the 2012. That doesn't seem like a factory thing. Looks like maybe somebody used a punch or something like that. And there's a corresponding scratch right next to where this was in the fork. So this may have been installed improperly. Dust seals get old. They let the dust get in, that wears out the oil seal, and everything kind of starts wearing out from there. So there's your seals. Here's your bushings that were replaced. The other important things in the kit is you got the upper O-ring that goes on the top of the cap. A lot of people forget about this. It's not necessarily an every time thing. Harley-Davidson will say to replace it every time, but you do need to replace this, every once in a while, maybe every second change. Keep that from leaking. Your circlip, it came with the kit. Again, as long as these are in okay shape and aren't rusted too bad, they're usually okay. You don't necessarily need them. But again, if you have a full rebuild kit for the fork, go ahead and use it. Now, the one thing you do want to replace every single time, and a lot of people forget this, is not necessarily this bolt. Now, the rebuild kit did come with the bolt, but what you need is this little brass crush washer. Okay, these are a one-time use thing. Once you crush them, they do their sealing. You take it off, you try to put it back on. It'll go back on, but you're going to have this little leak and a little bit of wetness on the bottom of the fork, which is inconvenient. And then it really gets inconvenient if that fork oil gets onto your brake rotor out front. Now you're looking at new brakes, stopping issues, and all that. So just a quick summary of some of the main components that was replaced on the fork rebuild, and put brand new Bel-Ray oil in the fork, and up the viscosity a little bit too to help the front end from diving so much. So that's it.